Hey guys, it's this Gamer. So I'm here back with more rankings, I guess. This time we're doing Pokemon teams of 2021 again. And you might be thinking, well, it's way past 2021. Now we're like midway through 2022. And you're right. And I've done a couple teams of Pokemon 2022. I mean, like two or three, I don't know. But if y'all don't feel that, y'all can wait till 2023. but, I don't feel like this, but that was only part one because there's way too many teams to record in one episode. So this is part two, hopefully the final part, and we're starting with Pokemon Ultra Sun. Now, I got Pokemon Sun when it came out, but Pokemon Ultra Sun was different. I did not play this game until last year. You had to get throughs of it early 2020, late 2020. The first one we're not talking about because, actually, I don't know, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I did beat Pokemon Ultra Sun twice, but I don't know. It doesn't matter because it's the newest one. Let's go. Incineroar. I've used I've used him in every playthrough except for a couple. Maybe like 5 playthroughs where I didn't use an Incineroar. All my Pokemon Sun playthroughs and all my Ultra Sun playthroughs. This one had Cross Chop, Flare Blitz, Leech Off, and Darkest Lariat. His name is Alejandro, level 66, male. That's the moveset. The moveset I always use when I'm using Incineroar. It's just the best one. It was 9 out of 10. I always love using Incineroar. And it's always OP with a diverse moveset. It's usually pretty over level, but I feel like this time I did not too bad. Like, his moveset is so good, and you can see how good it's competitive, but just using it as just a pure physical attacking beast with a diverse moveset basically take on most Pokemon types pretty darn well. So yeah, always fun using Incineroar. Next is Magnezone. His name was Lightning. He had Volt Switch, Flash Cannon, Discharge, and Zap Cannon. Now, this one is another 9 out of 10. He was really, really, really good. I don't know why. This is like the second time using a Magnezone. And Lightning was amazing. He beat most of Kakui's team himself. There was multiple times where he just beat trials I didn't expect him to. Like the first trial, I'm pretty sure he had a big part of that. Second trial, of course, you expect him to beat that one though. But just a nice MVP. That's not my best MVP out of all my Pokemon teams last year, but still one of my better ones. Next is Alakazam. This may be my third time using Alakazam. Her name was Dawn. She was level 62, and she was female. Calm Mind, which I barely even remember using. Future Sight, which I rarely use, but I did use it sometimes. And my main was just Psychic and Dazzling Gleam. It was 7.5 out of 10. Really, really powerful and fast, but Okos were just so annoying. There's too many times where Pokemon would be just a decent, maybe even be fine, just like good physical attacker. And since it has Stab, very strong move, it would just one-shot Alakazam / Kadabra. It was insane. There was so many times where I would just get bodied. But it's okay. Alakazam is still really good. I could sweep whole teams with her if I could just get really lucky and outspeed every Pokemon and OHKO them. But it was really just a sweeper for me, which is probably what Alakazams are usually all like. Next, Serena, my other Pokemon that was strong against water. Her name was Sierra. She was level 62 and she was female. She had Teeter Dance, which was really good, guarantee confusion. Power Whip, which is just a really good grass type move. High Jump Kick and Drop Kick. Honestly, I'm going to give her a 6.5 out of 10. She was forgettable. Like, she was better than Aggron. But, like, of all the teammates I want to have to remember from this year, Serena's kind of just like, eh. Also, something I need to mention, I'm not going to play every single one of these Pokemon games every year. Because number one, I don't even have a Switch, so I can't play Brilliant Diamond and Legends Arceus again. And number two, the reason I played every single game I could was because I felt like it. I thought it would be a cool thing to just beat every Pokemon game I've ever played in my life once again. Even if some of these were for the first time. You'll see that later. But I will not be doing this again. But really, talking about Serena, she was fine. Because she was strong against rock, ground, and water. Magnezone was strong against rock and water, so most of the time I was just using my better Pokemon, which is Magnezone. Sorry, Serena, but like maybe grass and then electric still don't work too well together. But I still liked it. It's my first time ever using one, and I definitely will consider using one again one day. But maybe on a more balanced team where it wasn't just overshadowed. Oh yeah, another Pokemon that I used against rock types, Metagross. His name was DJ, and he was level 60. Oh yeah, he also overlapped with Alakazam. But hey, I barely ever used pseudo legendary, so you can't get mad at me for only using so many this year. Actually, let me think. How many pseudo legendaries did I use before this? I never used the Dragonite. So for my first Pokemon playthrough, which I run and trade for level 101, but we're not gonna talk about that. What other ones? I just don't use pseudo legendaries. I don't love them. The ones I like are the ones I used this year and only this year. But Metagross has Hammer Arm, Zen Headbutt, Meteor Mash, and Hyper Beam. I never even used Hyper Beam because we really learned it like late in the game. Hammer Arm I never used that much either because Zen Headbutt and Meteor Mash are just so disgusting. But I gave him an 8 out of 10. He was my better psychic type. He was bulky and strong. Also, by the way, I made the slides like probably as early as like February 2022. Not February, maybe March. Like I made this a long time ago. I just didn't finish it until a couple months ago. Then I didn't record the second part, as you can see, for a while. But Metal is an 8 out of 10. He's my better second type. If I just wanted to if I didn't want to sweep, I just wanted to use a Pokemon that was decently really strong, I would go for Rattles. If I was planning to just sweep the rest of the team, I would use Alakazam. He was really good to Legendary. He's not my favorite. He's only my third favorite, but still, I'll consider using one again after this. Probably in Pokemon Ultra Sun again, because honestly, I don't know where else I would use one. Next up, another pseudo legendary, Goodra. Her name was Zoe. She was level 56, and she was female. She was a little under level, but that's because I got her late. She had Dragon Pulse, which is just, the stab move I would always go with. Rain Dance, which, I'm pretty sure she had, I don't know what her ability did, but it was something to do with rain. Aqua Tail, which is just a water type, which she didn't have any power of rain Dance. And Power Whip, another reason why I shouldn't use her yet, because I have its better Pokemon that also has a grass type move. Sorry, Serena. 8.5 out of 10. She was better than DJ, honestly. I just used her more, especially because I had Pokemon that already had DJ's types. I had no other dragon types. So if I wanted to use a dragon, I just used Goodra. Also, Goodra is my favorite Soul Legendary, so that's another reason why I enjoy using it so much. Sorry, DJ. Team rating is an 8 out of 10. This is my most balanced team. Even though there was a couple type overlaps, there was no Pokemon that just destroyed me. There's no trials that I remember getting bodied in. I don't think I lost a battle, honestly. And Soul Legends was very fun. I barely ever use Soul Legendaries. I've only used 3 in my life, which were Metagross, Garchomp, and Goodra. All the other ones, never used. Unless you count Dragonite. But I'm not even sure if I used that in my first Pokemon League in Pokemon Sun. I might have wanted to trade for it after being the league. So good job, Pokemon Ultra Sun. You're pretty good. Next up, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond. My cousin got this. I played it, and I barely beat it before I moved, honestly. This is my first playthrough ever of it. Let's see what my team was. Now, okay, let me tell you a story. This is one of those obvious, everyone Pokemon Diamond player uses this. The main reason I use this team is number one, because all these Pokemon are cool. And number two is because, I just want to have the fun of using that team that everyone says is so good, and it is. In my Pokemon Diamond playthrough that I'm playing right now, and my Pokemon Legends Arceus playthrough that I'm about to tell you the team after this, I'm using teams that either Pokemon that I've never used, or maybe one or two Pokemon that I've used once. Specifically my Pokemon Diamond, which I'll make a video about probably at 2023 when I'm talking about all my Pokemon teams this year. This Infernape's name was Goku. He was level 6. Okay, yeah, it was obvious name. I couldn't name him Son Goku. It doesn't really matter. Level 60, and he was male. He had Dig, just a really good move. Shell Claw, Flame, which I wish I could have. Strong Fire Tip move. Wait, could I not have gotten Close Combat? Maybe there's a team for Close Combat somewhere, but I don't know what I was doing. I mean, not Close Combat, Flare Blitz. I give him an 8.5 out of 10. He was always useful, besides only having Flame Wheel. Like, literally, if I had better move than Flame Wheel, this guy would be even more dangerous as a fire type. And yeah, you probably there's not that many options for fire types. Unless you want to go to the Grand Underground. Which I was more of a digger there than an explorer. For, like, fossils and stuff. Next up, Barks, the Star Raptor. She was level 60 and she was female. She had close combat just like Infernape, Steel Wing, Brave Bird, and Aerial Ace. Very good smooth set, I say. Like, this thing I could bring it in for most scenarios and it would still work really well. I gave her 8 out of 10. She was way better than Swell. I'm not even trying to down Swell. People say Aurus is dumb how people say Aurus is under it. I'm not even saying, oh, Emerald's way better. I'm just saying I've never played a Gen 3 game, and that's my only playthrough of Hoenn. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. But I had way more fun with Starter than any time I've used Swellow. She's my... I don't know, man. I can't choose between Staraptor and Talonflame. They're both so cool, but this isn't the focus of the video. 8 out of 10, very good Pokemon. Next is Luxray. Her name was Shocky. She was level 62 and she was female. She had Thunder Wave, which of course is just a really good paralyzing move. Almost guaranteed to hit. Crunch, which is just a decent move. Spark, which was my main attacking move. I wish it had something stronger, but and Volt Switch if I wanted to switch out. 9 out of 10. She was really powerful and she's my MVP. Now, I wouldn't put her over Magnezone. She's actually, like, I say Magnezone wasn't my best MVP ever, but Luxray was worse than that, so take that as you will. Actually, maybe I should rank my MVPs. Whatever. Anyway, she was really good. I think it's just because the raw power of Luxray gave it away. And I've never used Luxray before. I've never used any of these Pokemon I've played through before, except for 2 of them. Actually, this is my first time using that Pokemon, so it technically was my first time using all these Pokemon except for one. Anyway, let's just continue. Good job, Luxray. Garchomp. Yep, this is what I was talking about. This is my first time using Garchomp. Wasn't my best Garchomp. But, like, this is my first time using Garchomp ever, so. And I was just so bored, and I think I was on time to train because we're moving soon. So I didn't really have any time to train this thing. So I just... Also, now I'm not talking about, oh, you had something to do. No, I really just not going to play this game all day. And then I have to move, so if I miss some time to move, then I'm never going to be able to beat this game. Anyway, Garchomp, her name was Arizona. She was level 51, and she was female. She had Bulldogs, which... God, why didn't I get the Earthquake team? Can I not get the Earthquake team? I'm not sure. Crunch. Why I had to go with Crunch. Probably could find a better move. Sandstorm, which was just doing extra damage. And Dragon Claw. I gave her 6.5 out of 10. She was under level, but she was still so legendary. Which made it pretty good. And, like, it was just the worst Garchomp. It was under level. It's my fault. I admit. It was my fault that this thing didn't work out well. She was under level. But if I was fighting trainers or wild Pokemon, she would usually destroy them because she still wasn't too under-leveled for those. Good job, Arizona, I guess. And this is the end? No, it's not the end. Okay. Next up is Lucario. His name was Riles, based off of Riley. He was level 55, and he was male, less under-leveled than, Swords Dance was just, of course, good if I wanted to sweep. Drain Punch was really good. I'm pretty sure it has 75 power in that game, and it heals you, so... Of course, that was fun. Dragon Pulse. I always carry Dragon Pulse on my Lucarios. And Meteor Mash, which was new for me because I never used Lucario like I learned Meteor Mash because I'm sure they didn't learn me be able to have Meteor Mash until Gen 8. So, yeah. I gave him a 6.5 out of 10 as well. He was also under leveled a little bit, but not too much. Not as much as Garchomp. And his name is the worst Lucario. Good job, I guess. Finally, Floatzel. Her name was not Nicole. Nicole. She was level 61 and she was female. She had Bite. God, what's up with the dark type moves that involve sinking your teeth into something? Aqua Jet, which is really just a move I used if I wanted to just get some decent damage to go first. Hydro Pump, which I had 3 or 4 things on it, but it wasn't me being inexperienced. I literally This thing just learned no moves. Hydro Pump was the one where I went to risk it all just to do a lot of damage. Albatos was the one I usually used because it has fine accuracy and good power. I gave her a 7 out of 10. She's a decent water type. That's really all I have to say. She was so boring because all I could do was spam water moves because I barely ever used bite. But for water type, she was fine because all water types are pretty good if they're fully evolved. And the team rating is 7 out of 10. My big three were really good. Rouse and Arizona were not so much, and just a decent team. And when I was talking about the big three, I was talking about Infernape, Staraptor, Luxray. As you can see, they were like it's weird how Floatzel was higher level than most of my team, but whatever. But she still wasn't that useful. But she was like decent Pokemon team. Like that's just like 7 out of 10 is the average for a Pokemon. Like that's what you want to go for. We would rather be higher, of course, but 7 out of 10 is where you want to be. Good job, team. You're not great, but and next up, finally, last but not least, Pokemon Legends Arceus. Yes, I did pronounce that correctly. This is my first playthrough ever of it. Yep. So definitely a new Pokemon game. Definitely odd, but I think it's pretty cool. Starting out with Samurott, the better water type. Well, we're not talking about Greninja. We're talking about Thymfloso. His name was Goldenrod, and he was level 51. Why did I not write down the genders for these guys? Is there no genders in Pokemon Legends Arceus? I'm confused. Whatever, it doesn't matter. His name was Goldenrod. Yeah, that's the naming theme. Just putting gold somewhere in their names, and he was level 51. He has Ceaseless Edge, Night Slash, Aqua Jet, and Hydro Pump. Crap. Ceaseless was just I don't know, man. This is such a weird move. So just two dark type moves, two water type moves. I would only use it for dark and water type coverage. I gave him a 7.5 out of 10, a little bit over average. He was decent, but not as good as Greninja. Like just the worst water dark type. Also, it's weird because I've never played a Gen 5 game. And also, this is a brand new Pokemon, so there's a bunch of new stuff for me. Although I'm pretty sure this is the game. I use no Pokemon that I've ever used before in this game, I'm pretty sure. Next is Walrein. I had to catch this feel. I just like these games are so good in the game, so I called it, and then I'll be a main member of my team. His name is Goat Rain, and they were level 51. I don't know what the generators are, so I just called them. I'm going to call them random stuff. Ice Beam, Water Pulse, Blizzard, and Liquidation. Same thing, just two ice type moves, one stronger than the other, and two water type moves. Why do I have Water Pulse? Isn't Liquidation just way better in every way? I don't know, man. I gave him 8 out of 10, actually better than Goldenrod. They were taken strong, and it was fun using a Walrein for the first time. She could never really cared for it. I actually don't like it, honestly. Walrein looks goofy to me, especially because of the white hair. Like, they just gave it more of a ball design. Maybe that would have been better. Next is Hisuian Zorg / Dusclops. Dang, I did not. I just gave up. I just was like, screw it. I'm rushing this. I'm not even going to give him genders, I guess. And okay, so this is Hisuian Zorg and Hizu and just Dusclops. So I actually used the Dusclops that you're required to catch the rest of the game in my party. It wasn't 200 level. It was a little bit more on the level than the rest of my Pokemon though. Then I took it out for Hizu and Zorg. The problem is that I decided I'm not gonna grind because again time constraints. Actually, this time wasn't time constraints. Whatever. But I don't know why it didn't grind or anything. It was level 30. It literally couldn't fight. So I actually called Dusclops more of a Pokemon that on my team, especially because I used it until literally the last, like the snowy place. Zorg gets a 5 out of 10, way too under leveled, and Dusclops was just a decent team member until I kicked out like an idiot. Next up is Torterra. Yep, I use a Torterra. I don't know why, because now in my Diamond playthrough, spoilers, I'm using a Torterra. So now I have two instead of just using my. Anyway, this one doesn't matter. His name is Goatterra. He had Double Edge, Leaf Blade, Bulldoze, and God, what's up with the crunches and the bites? I need to count if I won't have crunch or bite in this, but whatever. 7 out of 10. He was similar to Venusaur, but a little bit more variety. I'll definitely take him over Venusaur. And finally, no, not finally, Hisuian Goodra. First time ever using it because I beat this game after. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which game I beat first. Hisuian Goodra. I think it was a girl. I'm not sure though. Maybe they didn't have a gender. Their name was Goatdra, and they were level 50. Iron Head, Hydro Pump, Shelter, and Dragon Pulse. Very good moves. That's probably the best moves that we've seen so far. They get 8 out of 10 because they're bulky and strong. Uh, again, this seems very defensive, but whatever. Now, last but not least, Toxic Goat, the MVP of this team, as you can probably see. He had Rock Smash, which was kind of just there. Earth Power was very good. Poison Jab was very good, and Nazi Plot. Does that reach a special attack? What? Oh, I guess for Earth Power, but 9 out of 10. He's called Toxic Goat for a reason. He was very good, and I don't know who Pokemon he beat. He beat something. There was some Pokemon he beat. I don't remember what it was. It might have been just him sweeping a trainer battle, but he just went ham. He's at the end of the playthrough. He was always decent for the entire way, but near the end, he's just started one-shotting things, critting, just taking hits that I didn't think he should have. Great job, Toxic Croak. You get the MVP for this one. You're probably the worst MVP. No. I don't know. Whatever. Team Ring is an 8 out of 10. They struggled at the end. I just wasn't great at the end. Especially because the new battle style kind of confused the crap out of me. But it was really good and fresh to use just 6 Pokemon that I never used ever. And here are the rankings of all the teams. Number 6 is Team Oris. Not good. They literally sucked. I couldn't do anything with them. I lost the league like 3 different times. Good riddance to Oris. Number 5 is Team Brilliant Shine Pearl. Not a bad team, but when your team boils down to having 3 really good Pokemon and 3 okay or worse Pokemon, you don't want that. Number 4 is Team Pokemon Legends Arceus. It was really good, but the end was just so troubling that I couldn't give this team a high ranking. We ended up losing a lot at the end, even to the ninja guy. I think it was like Benny or something. So that was a problem. Number 3 is Team Sun and Moon. I don't even remember what that team was because I didn't recap them. Hold on. Oh, it was this team. This team was very good. Primarina was pretty good. Scizor was absolutely dominant. And the whole entire team was pretty fresh for the most part, and it was really good. And number 2 is Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Not looking back at it, I kind of feel like it's the other way around. I don't know. Both those teams are very good. They can kind of get tied now. And number 1 was Team X and Y. Let's go back to that team because that team was the best team. We have a Greninja, a Mega Lucario, a Hawlucha, a Garchomp, which wasn't under leveled, which means it was a full-on pseudo legendary, a Talonflame, and a Mega Venusaur. 7 out of 10 was the worst ranking. You know how rare that is for my teams? And I didn't have a 10 now. I did have 10 out of 10. They had a 9 out of 10, and this team was just so balanced. Just an amazing team. And I'm happy to close the series off after an entire month. Can't wait to do all my Pokemon teams of 2023. See you guys next time. This is Expo BT. Okay, Brian Sinead.